What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about the PlayStation State of Play and Summer Games Fest, my predictions, what I think that we'll see, and I just want to have a fun time and talk about some games that we might see, some upcoming games, some stuff we already know about, some stuff we might not know about. This was just going to be a Summer Games Fest video, but then yesterday we got an announcement that a State of Play will be happening in just a few hours as of recording this, and we'll be seeing 40 minutes of new PlayStation 5 games. So we'll be talking about both in this game. I'll be making predictions for both. So without further ado, let's dive in. So first, let's start off with the PlayStation State of Play. I have 6 things I want to talk about, 4 which I'm pretty confident about, and then 2 are kind of out there, wild predictions, but still in the realm of possibility. So the first thing I want to talk about is Resident Evil 9 will be announced. I think this one's probably the most, for sure, definitely going to happen announcement. I just think it's time. Resident Evil Village was 2021. That was the last mainline game. We obviously had the Resident Evil 4 remake, which came out in 2023, but that's it. We haven't really heard anything from Resident Evil. I know it's, usual for franchises to take multiple years in between projects, but Resident Evil is not one of those franchises. They are usually pumping out games pretty often, and I think it's about time that we see what Resident Evil 9 is all about. I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan. I would still be excited if this got announced. I would still possibly check it out. I haven't really played any of the newer Resident Evil games. I played the remakes. That's really the most experience I have with Resident Evil. I've played 2, 3, and 4 remakes. 2 and 4, very good. 3, not so much, but I really like the franchise. I haven't checked out either of the first-person games. Will this game still be first-person? Will it take a new perspective? Who knows, but I do think that we will finally see this game be announced at the PlayStation State of Play. When will it come out? I'm feeling spring 2026, right before GTA 6 allegedly comes out. It's supposed to come out, but we'll see if it gets delayed. That's besides the point. I think Resident Evil 9, I'm feeling spring 2026. I could see later this year, but I'm feeling early 2026. So I think we'll see Resident Evil 9 get announced. Next up, there are rumors going around about a brand new side God of War game, a Greek God of War game that is supposedly in the works and coming out. I've heard that it's 2D, 2.5D from a lot of people. Maybe it's like a Spider-Man Miles Morales type thing where it is just your normal God of War game, just on a smaller scale. Who knows? But I do think that we will see this God of War Greek game be announced, and it's hard for me to put a date on it. Obviously, it's going to have to be this year or next year, but I think it'll be soon because it's going to have to hold fans over for whatever comes next from God of War. That's probably further down the pipeline, definitely next few years, 2027 at the earliest, but probably 2028. So fans will need a God of War game to hold them over, and I think a smaller, scaled down, shorter God of War game, even if it is a 2D game, I would be excited depending on how it looks. I'm not super into the 2D games, but if it's got the right style and it looks like it's got the right gameplay and stuff like that, I would be all for seeing a God of War game take a new step, a new direction, and seeing if they can nail a different dimension for God of War. So I think we will see the God of War Greek game be announced. The Horizon Online game, I think, will be revealed to release later this year. This has been in the works from Guerrilla Games for a hot minute. I think it's finally time that we see it. I'm not entirely excited by the concept of this. I don't think that we need a Horizon Online game, but I could be won over. I could be won over to the other side and be excited for this game. I'm not feeling it, but that's because I haven't seen it. I'm just thinking of an online Horizon game just as a concept. Now if this gets shown off and it looks good, I will be happy to be wrong about that. But also, we've heard that this is going to have a sort of cartoony aesthetic to it, an art style. Not sure if that's the right direction for it. I don't know. I just want to see it if it's real. I want to see what it's like and form my opinions from what we see and not just what we're hearing. But I do think that this is a real thing. I think this is going to be announced at the State of Play coming from Guerrilla. I think it will come out this year, and we'll see what the reception is. I think that's going to be the most interesting part of this game being announced, is what the public thinks of an Horizon Online game. Last for sure thing I want to talk about is Ghost of Yotei getting a gameplay trailer. This one's a little bit more boring just because we've already seen this game before. The last three things to talk about would be brand new game announcements. But still, for me, Ghost of Yotei gameplay trailer would not be boring just because I'm excited to see gameplay for this game. I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima yet. I'm hoping to get around to that game before Yotei comes out. I love the concept of both games, the setting, and what I've heard about Ghost of Tsushima is that it's a very good game. Definitely going to try to check it out. But excited to see more gameplay of this game. Is coming out October 2nd. You know, they're probably going to have a September State of Play, so a lot of these announcements that I'm saying, or at least for the first party stuff, you know, you could say that might show up at that September State of Play. But for Ghost of Yotei, I think you do a gameplay trailer here because that September State of Play just might be too close to the release date of Yotei to, you know, be willing to put out a gameplay trailer. It just seems like by that point we should have already seen gameplay. This feels like the perfect spot to see a gameplay trailer, see what we're working with, maybe even get an extended little gameplay segment a couple minutes long. That would be pretty cool to see what this game is cooking and what it's really all about. So I think we will see a Ghost of Yotei gameplay trailer, gameplay segment, whatever you want to call it. Now I have two kind of out there announcements, but I think that they are still possible just timeline wise and stuff like that. The first thing is a Judas trailer. This is from Ghost Story Games, Ken Levine, the creator of BioShock, and this game just looks like BioShock. It looks just has that feel and that vibe to it, just crazy things happening all over the place. We haven't heard anything from this game for a minute. I know we did have some previews, not really previews, but just people got to see the game. They didn't get to play it, but they got to see it, and it might be like early alpha, very still early development stages, but I don't know, I have a feeling that we might see a trailer. I hope we do. This is kind of one of those things where, like I said, I don't know if it's entirely possible. It is a small bit possible, but this is just one for me where I'm like, I'm excited for Judas. I would love to see something with Judas, and just for the prediction state of the video, I would like to see this game. So my prediction, just to have a prediction down, is we're going to see a Judas trailer, and it's going to have a 2026 date on it. I'm probably going to be wrong about it, but I just want to make a fun prediction. That is it, and I hope this is true because I really want to see some Judas. My last State of Play prediction that I want to talk about and make is we will see Insomniac's next game, but it's not Wolverine. We are going to see the Venom game, I think, from Insomniac. I don't think this is going to happen, but this is another fun prediction I want to make. These two last ones, these are the fun predictions, but it kind of feels like it could happen. I mean, who knows when we're going to see Wolverine? I think people were thinking it's closer than it is. I think it might be further out. And even though there are two teams, maybe even more at Insomniac, we know they were making Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Also, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2. I mean, their output is kind of wild to think about and see. So we know that they can put out, you know, a Venom game, and then maybe a Wolverine, and then maybe a Spider-Man 3, just like that. I think the Venom game is going to be announced and be released this year. I think it will have a 2025 date on it. Maybe not an exact date. Maybe that is something we see at a August or September State of Play. but I do think it gets announced. I feel like a shorter Miles Morales style game is the perfect thing to keep fans of Insomniac and fans of Spider-Man waiting, because who knows when we'll see a Spider-Man 3. I think this is a good announcement to make. I would be very excited about a Venom game, even not playing Spider-Man 2 quite yet. I've played 1 in Miles Morales. I do know Venom is in the game. I think the Venom side game, short game, would be a good move to hold people over. I think it'll get announced and have a date for this year. Now let's dive into the Summer Games Fest predictions. I have about 7 predictions, games that I want to talk about. Obviously there's going to be more than, the predictions that I'm making in this video at these events, but these are just the games that I want to talk about. And first up, let's just get it out of the way. We will be seeing 007 First Light. Coming from IO Interactive, the developers of the modern Hitman trilogy, which was fantastic. I think this is a great combination, seeing these developers take on James Bond. Can't wait to see what they do with it. And we got a title reveal at the beginning of the week. And now we know that we're going to see this game and see a little bit more of it at the IO Interactive event they're putting on, along with new Hitman stuff. Also stuff from Mind's Eye. And very excited to see what this team can do with James Bond. I'm not the biggest James Bond person. I've not watched any of the movies. I know who James Bond is, but seeing what I know from James Bond be taken and put into video game form with the talent that IO Interactive has that we saw with Hitman, I think this is going to be a great combination. It seems like this could be another trilogy, with the title of the game being First Light. Really excited to see what this game is, what it's about, and when we're going to see it. I'm not going to put any kind of date in my prediction. I know this is a very boring one. I just want to get the most obvious thing we're going to see out of the way, because we know we're going to see it. We've already gotten an announcement that this will be at the show. Next up, this is another kind of boring one, but I do think we'll see a Death Stranding 2 trailer with Kojima. He is confirmed to be at the show, and I just think it makes too much sense for him not to talk about or show off some kind of trailer, or us see some kind of trailer about Death Stranding 2 when it comes out later this month. He's going to be there. I don't think we'll see anything else from Kojima. I just think it makes too much sense to see this game. We're so close to the game being out. He's going to be at the show. I'm not a Death Stranding person. It is one of the only PlayStation exclusives that I really have not been interested at all in checking out. I could change my mind. I don't think it'd be the worst idea in the world to give it a better shot, just concept wise, and what I've seen and heard from it. It's not my thing, but I'm excited for the people who are excited for Death Stranding. I think obviously it hit with a lot of people, and a sequel seems to be doing it in bigger and better ways, so I'm excited for those people to finally get a sequel to that game. And we're so close to launch. It's coming out just later this month, so I do think we'll see a trailer with Kojima. It might not be alongside Kojima, but he will definitely come out on stage, talk about it, and we'll see a trailer. Dying Light the Beast will finally get a release date. This was shown off, I think, at last year's Summer's Games Fest. Maybe it was the year before, I'm not sure, but we did see this at a Summer Games Fest. It's slated for this year. I think we'll get a trailer, maybe a little gameplay, and it will finally have a solid release date. Probably, fall. Maybe I'm feeling like an August, September release. Maybe October, somewhere in that range. We will finally see a release date for Dying Light the Beast. I'm a big Dying Light person. Obviously, this franchise has a very strong community and a lot of people who really enjoy it, the first game and also the second game. I semi-recently went back to the second game and played it a little bit, even though I did finish it when it first came out. And the combat, parkour, all of it, I think it's just a great combo. It always has been and always will be. Seeing a new game, having Kyle Crane come back as the protagonist, even though, to me, not the most memorable protagonist, but I know a lot of people really like him, and seeing him back is always going to be a cool thing. And seeing a new Dying Light game. Not sure what direction it's going to go in. We did see that trailer last year with, crossbows and all these cool weapons. If it has that same addicting combat parkour loop, I still think it's going to be a hit. I would definitely play it. I'm definitely planning on playing it when it releases this year. So excited to see when this game will come out. Sonic Racing Crossworlds will get a 2025 date. I am going to predict that it will get a release date, a solid date. This one was announced, I think, at the Game Awards, maybe 2023. Maybe it was Summer Games Fest. I think this was Game Awards, though. And I'm a big Sonic Racing guy. I really enjoyed the first game. I don't remember exactly what it was called. I think it was All Stars Racing, and then they had Transformed. And then they had the Team Sonic Racing. I think that was like 2019 or something like that. I played a little bit of that. But just having that, Mario Kart kind of counterpart that's filled with Sonic characters. It has these colorful levels. I've always enjoyed these games. And Crossworlds, just from that little snippet that we got, we didn't get a whole lot from it. It looks like it's going in a very cool direction. Transformed, I think, was really cool with the way that, depending on the track, and the track could vary depending on the playthrough and RNG and stuff like that, what vehicle you were, if you were flying or if you were in a boat. I think the creativity with Crossworlds looks really cool, sounds really cool, and I'm excited to see it. If it does come out this year, I will definitely play it. I think it will show up and it will get a solid 2025 date. I think that we will see the brand new Tomb Raider game shown off, and it will have a 2026 window. I was looking at the list of partners because there was a pretty sizable list of developers and partners that are going to be at the show, and I was just kind of thinking, Tomb Raider, we do know that a new game is being worked on by Crystal Dynamics. I didn't know who was publishing it. I thought it was still Square Enix, but then I looked it up and it was Amazon Games. Looked on that list, Amazon Games is going to be there. So this one, I'm not entirely confident about. I feel pretty good about those first 4 predictions. This one, I think there's a good chance it happens, but it's not the most 100% for sure thing. But it's time. I mean, Shadow of the Tomb Raider was 2019, I believe, or 2018, and a new Tomb Raider game, whether it be a trilogy or whatever it is, I think it's time to see what they've been cooking, what they've been working on over there. We do know Crystal Dynamics has been helping with the initiative in making Perfect Dark, but we also know they're making a new Tomb Raider. So I think it's time that we see it. What is it? Where's the story going? I've played through Tomb Raider and Rise of Tomb Raider, very good games. I would love to have a reason to go back to Shadow of the Tomb Raider and finally finish it. This would be that reason. I think we'll see the new Tomb Raider shown off, and it will have a 2026 window. Crimson Desert will get its 2025 release date. The developer or publisher, one of the two, will be at the show. Crimson Desert is a very highly anticipated game from a lot of people. They've actually released a lot of gameplay for this game just on YouTube or on their social media accounts. That's a very good sign from any developer if they're willing to show longer segments of gameplay while the game is still being developed. I think that's a very good sign. And this is slated for 2025. We don't have a date, but I think we do finally get that date at Summer Games Fest. I haven't kept up with a lot of things on this game. I need to look more into it. And seeing this show, or seeing this game at the show, will give me the perfect reason to figure out and decide if this is my type of thing or not. It looks really good. People are really digging the way that people are really saying that this game doesn't seem real. It's one of those types of games, and those don't come around all that often. We've been duped before, but we've also been surprised before by games like Expedition 33. That game looked too good to be true, and it was very good. So excited to see this game, and I believe get a release date for this year. My last prediction that I want to make is that we will see Ubisoft make a presence. No, I know, not the most, positive name to hear at one of these game shows. They don't have the best buzz around them right now. They're not on the list of partners, but I do think they do have some stuff up their sleeve. They do have a couple of things they've been working on that are definitely going to come out this year or next year. 2 games I want to talk about, but I'm only going to talk about one of those games today. We'll talk about another game with the Xbox predictions. The game I want to talk about today is I think we will see the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake revealed, shown off, and it is coming out this year. Assassin's Creed 4 is one of the most loved games in the Assassin's Creed franchise. It brought in the whole pirate side of the game to it, where it was almost a 50-50, 2 games in one thing, where you had the Assassin's Creed part of it, but then you had the ship sailing, sea shanties, naval combat. It was really 2 games in one, and I've played it. I haven't finished it. I've played it off and on, and from what I have played, it doesn't seem like it needs a remake, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe the more hardcore fans will think that, yeah, this remake is justified, and seeing this game being brought back with better graphics, updates to systems, who knows what they're going to do to the game, but doing this to one of the best games in the franchise, as long as you don't screw it up, which it's Ubisoft, they definitely could, but I think this could be a good move. It would be very exciting. I would be 100% down to play a remake of Assassin's Creed 4, and I think we'll see it. It's going to get revealed, and it's going to come out this year. So those are the predictions that I wanted to make for the State of Play and Summer Games Fest. I'm very excited to see what will be at these shows, new games, updates to games, stuff like that. We all know the drill, how these shows go and how exciting they can be. I hope that they at least don't disappoint. I'm keeping my expectations in check, especially for both shows really, and that leaves me a lot of room to be surprised. If the State of Play ends up being pretty solid and there are some things that I would like to talk about, I will make a video on my thoughts and reactions from it. But if not, I will probably just skip it and work on the Xbox predictions that will drop in just a few days ahead of Summer Games Fest and the Xbox show on Sunday. So that'll be it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll talk to you later.